Good morning. Welcome. My name is Doyle, and I make these videos for YouTube as a way to practice healing my vulnerability. I am practicing being vulnerable in a healthy way that includes boundaries and includes my own autonomy and agency, but also allows me to be seen as my true self, which is one of the most scary things I've ever done in my life. But here I am, and I'm off schedule this morning, so I'm feeling a little bit like upended or whatever. And it's like when I get like this, it's hard for me to be in the present moment. It's hard for me to relax. It's hard for me to have an open heart or like a regulated nervous system, because there's a lot happening in my emotional and mental worlds and physical worlds, all of my worlds. It's all very, very, there's a lot of upheaval, and that causes such like disruption within my homeostasis or whatever, I don't know, sense of being, that I am tempted to dissociate, and I usually do. Man, that's been my coping mechanism my entire life since I learned how to do it. And now I'm trying to unlearn. I mean, not unlearn it, because you can't really unlearn that, I don't think, but I'm trying to like choose differently. Choose differently from dissociating. And I was like, what do? You stay in the present moment. Well, the present moment, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Anyway, so this morning, I had a really hard time finding the stillness within. I had a really hard time settling. I'm still having a hard time. I'm not sure if you can read my energy through this video, but there's a lot of like, so Jesus is my teacher, and we talk like friends. He's like my big brother, really, is what I feel like that relationship is. He doesn't have a body though. And I'm learning how to have relationships with beings that don't have human bodies. That's also a new concept, but you can do it. Anyway, Jesus, I think you probably know who Jesus is. It's that guy that lived like 2,000 years ago or whatever. Jesus, he's known. That's the one I'm talking about, okay? If you've never heard of Jesus, you need to look it up. But anyway, so he is my teacher, and he's one of the many beings that I'm like building a relationship with right now. Anyway, so one of the things that Jesus was teaching me this morning, and told me to like say this on the video. I wasn't going to do a video again this morning because I have somewhere to be. I have to leave here in like a few minutes. Well, like a half hour. I have to leave here in like a half hour, and I don't like that feeling of pressure, but Jesus was just like, you have enough time, do the video. So the truth and light I'm supposed to be sharing with you guys today is the same thing that Jesus told me this morning when I was struggling to find the stillness within. I still am. I'm struggling because of all the upheaval that I'm experiencing in all dimensions of my life right now: physical, spiritual, mental, emotional, relational, everything. Environmental, situational, circumstantial. I mean, I could go on. He reminded me of that story in the Bible. And whether or not you believe the Bible is literal and true, or allegorical or evil, that matters nothing to me, what you think of the Bible. I've got my own opinions of it. But this is what Jesus said to me this morning, okay? He reminded me of that parable in the Bible, or whatever, the story. It's in the New Testament, when Jesus was like living on earth. He was in a boat with the fishermen, and he was sleeping like a child. during a storm. Like, that's how safe. That was Jesus's sense of internal safety. He literally just slept through a storm on a boat when everyone else was freaking out. And they woke him up. They're like, dude, how can you sleep through this? We're gonna die. We're gonna die. And that's the same as when we have these overwhelming emotions and there's such upheaval on all sides of us. It feels like we're in a storm. And I know for me, I get mad when I'm like, how can you let this happen? Like, I thought I was being taken care of. I thought I was being watched over. Like, this should not be. I feel too unstable. I'm not going to make it. I'm going to die. Like, this is how my emotions can make me feel. Like, I'm in that boat and, like, Jesus is just sleeping there. Like, everything's okay. Well, it's okay with you. You don't have a human body. You're not the one living it, you know? Anyway, he reminded me of that story, and he's funny. Jesus is funny. You should get to know him because he has a great sense of humor. But he only uses, like, your humor, you know what I mean? Like, so for me, he says things and does things that are only funny to me. But if I, like, have sisters, so, like, they'll understand, too, that why I think it's funny. So I can talk to my one sister, Annie, is, like, my Jesus. She's my, we share Jesus stories back and forth. She also has a relationship with Jesus. And all my sisters do. But, I mean, Annie and I, we love talking about it, you know? Okay, but anyway, back to my, gosh, I'm like off on so many bunny trails. The light that I want to share with you is that when those storms come and we think we're going to die and it seems as if our security is sleeping or not there, Jesus was like, I'm going to teach you to walk on water. It's like, walk on water? How presumptuous. Like, only people who are like narcissists or like self-righteous spiritual people say, you know, think that they can walk on water. Like, that's the saying, right? He thinks he can walk on water. Well, turns out Jesus said that's a metaphor and I can teach you. So how to walk on water is to be able to exist within the center of the storm of all the emotions and upheaval that is going on around you. So walking on water is finding peace amidst chaos. Now, this is not a scavenger hunt that's rigged. You will always find peace, and you'll always find it in the same spot, and it will always be the same. You can count on it. Okay? Peace is in the center. It's in the eye of the storm. How do you get to the eye of the storm? You have to wake up and realize that you're in the storm. You have to acknowledge the storm. If you dissociate like I love to do, you get to ignore the storm. That's the whole point of dissociation, is that you can't deal with the storm, and so you dissociate. Deal with the storm. The trick to walking on water is the first step. You look at the storm. You acknowledge the storm. I know it's scary because we used to be so little and powerless that storms used to drown us. Yeah, and then there was no one there to save us or help us recover or even witness that we just drowned. So it's scary for us as adults because we think we learned our lesson. No, we were unprotected children. That was not our fault. Now we are adults who are more capable and we have agency. We may have even raised children ourselves, okay? We can do this. All right, so you face the storm, you open your eyes, and you look at the chaos. You acknowledge what's happening. You welcome the truth exactly as it is. And you face it, and you look at it right in its eyeballs. And what happens then? The feelings come. The feelings come. And the sensations that start trying to swirl through your body, and it's mostly like the torso area. I mean, it could be the head and the arms and the legs too, but it's mostly like you're going to feel overwhelmed by physical sensations. I don't know if this happens to everyone, but this is me. And this is what Jesus told me to share. So these physical sensations are unbearable unless you remember this is a storm where you have the opportunity to learn how to walk on water. It's an opportunity. You've just walked into an arena where you are being personally taught and trained by Jesus the Master on how to walk on these emotions instead of allowing these emotions to swirl around you and suck you under. It's probably good that we learned to dissociate when we did, because this shit ain't easy. I couldn't imagine with all the stuff that I did pull off being a child. I think that this stuff had to wait for when we were adults. Okay, so I'm in my late 40s and I don't know how old you are. I don't know what your gender is. I only know what my experience is, and I hope that it helps you. So you allow those sensations to be, and it's going to feel like you're going to die. It's going to feel like you can't breathe. It's going to feel like you have to dissociate. It's going to feel like this is not worth it. It's going to feel like this is the wrong path. It's going to feel so many things. It's going to feel like you're caught in a storm, that you're going to die and Jesus is sleeping. Okay, that's how it's going to feel. And you're going to be scared shitless. And you're going to stay with those sensations anyway. You're going to feel that boat rocking, and you're going to feel the wind slapping at you, and you're going to feel your hair like being, like you're going to feel the storm. You're going to feel it all. And you're going to know that this is you learning how to walk on water. And you're going to do it. So you get that courage and you wake up Jesus. And you say, okay, I'm in the storm and I need to walk on water now. And that's what I did this morning. And it was almost like, it felt like Jesus, took me gently and pushed a chair underneath me and set me down in the chair and put me in a bubble of peace, just soothed me. And I felt the deepest, most calm stillness. And I felt certain. I felt certain of my safety. And I felt certain of Jesus' presence. And let me tell you what the sensations turned into. A feeling of buoyancy, okay? All of those whipping sensations that were crashing up against things and wreaking havoc, pushing me this way and that. Once I announced that I am here to find the center, I want peace, I want to walk on water, Jesus help me. Once I made that request of my own free will, it was granted. And all of those sensations, when I started to feel that peace, they didn't go away, okay? That's not the point. The point is they transformed into feelings of buoyancy. And I felt as if, even though the chaos was all still the same, nothing had changed in my external environment, I felt this sense of buoyancy where I was being buoyed above it. Not affected by it, right? Still affected by it, but just I felt like a buoy now. I felt like a buoy who was held together, stabilized, still being affected, still being tossed, but unmovable and protected and contained, tethered, safe. You cannot maintain this feeling of buoyed, being a buoy in the storm, and dissociate. You cannot do the two. Dissociate is what the dark is offering you. Buoy is, which is also faith, I guess, is what the light offers you. Okay? Choose light. Jesus will help you. All you have to do is ask, and he will be part of your life. He is open to anyone. That's why he's such a famous guy. He's literally open to relationships with anyone. All you have to do is like intend a desire to know him, and he shows up, and he'll never leave. I mean, you could pretend he's not there. You could even kick him out, and he'll respect your boundaries. But he's always like waiting to be called back, you know? And it's not like in a codependent, needy way. He literally, his only purpose is to love us. So, or actually, his only purpose is to make sure we feel loved. Get it? That's more than just loving us. Because we've loved people who couldn't receive our love before. He goes above and beyond loving us. He does things that make us feel loved based on our own personal experiences in this human life. He knows us so well. He tells inside jokes, and he loves us the way we want to be loved, need to be loved. He affirms us, he acknowledges us, he values us, he welcomes us. There's so many things, okay? So many things. I just really highly encourage you to at least just like ask him for a chat. Just be like, I just want to explore things with you, Jesus. You know, you don't have to commit to him right away. He understands. All right, but anyway, jeez, what a long video. Thank you, Jesus. We appreciate your guidance, and we thank you. We are so very grateful that you teach us to walk on water in these storms of life. So this song, I've sang it before. It's called My Child. Jesus wrote it. And it was at a point when I really needed. I didn't know Jesus when he gave me this song. This was like my first introduction to Jesus. He wrote this song. I think he was trying to get my attention before this. But when he wrote this song through me, it got my attention. Okay. I'm going to take it down a little because I'm a little bit wired. Like I said, I'm struggling this morning. It hurts to breathe. It hurts to be. I feel paralyzed. It hurts to breathe. Come now, my child, there's nothing to fear. You are my child, and I'm staying right here. You're the most important person to me. You're the only one who exists tonight. So come now, my child. Everything's gonna be alright. You're scared, but I've been there, and I'm here to tell you now. I love you and I do care, and you'll find your way back out. I know you know I'm listening, and you know that I'm right here. I can feel your pain that glistens in each vulnerable tear. So come now, my child. There's nothing to fear. You are my child, and I'm staying right here. This life's a dream. You couldn't see with open eyes, but it's just a dream. Come now, my child. There's nothing to fear. You are my child, and I'm staying right here.